Namaste, truth seekers. This is going to be a short one. I am not a church goer. I wouldn't say I'm a traditionally religious person either. But I am spiritual, and I find that there is much value that is undermined in all forms of faith. And Jesus is it's one of those ones. It's one of those words, maybe the most powerful word that I can't think of one more powerful than Jesus, at least. Think about racism and, stuff like that. It's one of those words that triggers and brings out something in people, and there's a reason for that. Jesus is to be honored. I'm not one here to say that, I don't know if he was real or not. I'm not here to make a point about that. But what everyone needs to take away from the story of Jesus, that is what is important to me. Something you should live your life by. His story is what is important. His example. He is, the ultimate God, fearing son, or, what to take away from it is for all of us to just live our lives without fear, without doubting our purity, without doubting our intuition, to live for our beliefs and to die for them even. The powers that be in this world, that's the furthest thing from where they want you to be, is a Christ-like figure, a Christ-like influence. They ridicule and mock Jesus, in shows like Family Guy or whatever. And it's really actually blasphemous to do that. Maybe it's a little funny. But for the the raw core point of the story of Jesus is he was living as he was living under his mission with no shame, not trying to hide anything. You got people, everybody's got a secret nowadays. Everybody's hiding something. Everybody's got, shit they want to brush under the rug from their mistakes, from their sins. What everyone needs to take away from Jesus is to not be afraid to die for what is right. To put your life on the line for what is righteous. It doesn't have to be more than that. And if you can adopt that, what exactly can stop you? Nothing. Jesus is all of our Father in that sense. The ultimate Son of God. Why wouldn't you try to be your best self? That's the whole idea of all of it, is just being your best self, your purest, being proud and righteous in the skin you were born in, that makes you unstoppable. Doesn't matter what your status is or any of that stuff is all obsolete, means nothing. If you're just living a lie, if you're just living by, the monopoly standards. Honor Jesus by being your best self. And have no shame to hide from anything. And be ready and not afraid to die standing on that. That is what everyone needs to take away from Jesus.